Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? Welcome back to this channel, Tadis Bahasa Inggris 1. And now, let me introduce myself. My name is Ilham Adha. I am college student from IAIN Samarinda. And here I want to speak about introduction to Articulatory Phonetics. Okay, let's go. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Now I want to speak about introduction to articulatory phonetics. Introduction to articulatory phonetics. The production of speech involves three processes. 1. Intonation, sending air in motion through the vocal tract. 2. Phonation, the modification of airflow as it passes through the larynx, related to voicing. 3. Articulation, the shaping of airflow to generate particular sound types, related to manner. Point 1. Articulatory phonetics refer to aspects of phonetics which looks at how the sounds of speech are met with the organs of the vocal tract. Ogden. Point of 2. Articulatory phonetics can be seen as divided up into three areas to describe consonants. These are voice, place, and manner respectively. Each of these will now be discussed separately, although all three areas combine together in the production of speech. 1. Voice. Point 1. In English, we have both voiced and voiceless sounds. A sound fits into one of these categories according to how the vocal folds behave when a speech sound is produced. Point of 2. Voiced. Voiced sounds are sounds that involve vocal fold vibration when they are produced. Examples of voiced sounds are M. If you place two fingers on either side of the front of your neck, just below your jawbone, and produce a sound, you should be able to feel a vibrating sensation. This tells you that the sound is voiced. Voiceless. Voiceless sounds are sounds that are produced with no vocal fold vibration. Examples of voiceless sounds in English are S, T, P, F. Continue. Number 2. Place. The vocal tract is made up of different sections which play a pivotal role in the production of speech. These sections are called articulators and are what make speech sounds possible. They can be divided into two types. A. The active articulator is the articulator that moves towards another articulator in the production of a speech sound. This articulator moves towards another articulator to form a closure of some type in the vocal tract. Open approximation, close, etc. and define. B. The passive articulator is the articulator that remains stationary in the production of speech sound. Often, this is the destination that the active articulator moves towards. The different places of articulation in the vocal tract. 1. Bilabial. Bilabial sounds involve the upper and lower lips. In the production of bilabial sounds, the lips come into contact with each other to form an effective constriction. In English, M are bilabial sounds. Labiodental. Labiodental sounds involve the lower lip, labial, and upper teeth, dental, coming into contact with each other to form an effective constriction in the vocal tract. Example of labiodental sounds in English are F, F, V. Labiodental sounds can be divided into types. A. Endolabial sounds produced where the upper teeth are pressed against the inside of the lower lip. Exolabial sounds produced where the upper teeth are pressed against the outer side of the lower lip. Number 3. Dental. Dental sounds involve the tongue tip active articulator making contact with the upper teeth to form a constriction. Example of dental sounds in English are If a sound is produced where the tongue is between the upper and the lower teeth, it is attributed the term incidental. Number 4. Alveolar. First of all, before I explain what an alveolar sound is, it is useful to locate the alveolar ridge itself. If you place your tongue just behind your teeth and move it around, you'll feel a bony sort of ridge. This is known as the alveolar ridge. Alveolar sounds involve the front portion of the tongue making contact with the alveolar ridge to form an effective constriction in the vocal tract. Examples of alveolar sounds in English are ts, d, and l, s. Number 6. Postalveolar. Postalveolar sounds are made a little farther back, post, from the alveolar ridge. A postalveolar sound is produced when the blade of the tongue comes into contact with the postalveolar region of your mouth. Examples of postalveolar sounds in English are Number 7. Palatal. Palatal sounds are made with tongue body, the big, fleshy part of your tongue. The tongue body rises up towards the hard plate in your mouth, the dome-shaped roof of your mouth, to form an effective constriction. An example of palatal sounds in English is this. These are the example of palatal sounds in English. Number 8. Velar. Velar sounds are made when the back of the tongue dorsum, rises towards the soft palate, which is located at the back of the roof of the mouth. This soft palate is known as the velum. An effective constriction is formed when these two articulators come into contact with each other. Example of velar sounds in English are k, n. Introduction to articulatory phonetics. Continue. 3. Manner. In simple terms, the manner of articulation refers to the way a sound is made, as opposite to where it's made. Sounds differ in the way they are produced when the articulators are brought towards each other. The flow of air differs according to the specific sound type. For instance, the airflow can be completely blocked off or made turbulent. A. Stop articulations. Point 1. Stop articulation are sounds that involve a complete closure in the vocal tract. The closure is formed when two articulators come together to prevent air escaping between them. Stop articulation can be categorized according to the kind of airflow involved. The type of airflow can be oral, plosive, or nasal. Nasals. A. Plosives are sounds that are made with a complete closure in the oral vocal tract. The velum is raised during a plosive sound, which prevents air from escaping via the nasal cavity. English plosives are the sounds. This plosive can be held for quite a long time, or thus also called maintainable stops. B. Nasals are similar to plosives in regards to being sounds that are made with a complete closure in the oral vocal tract. However, the velum is lowered during nasal sounds, which allows airflow to escape through the nasal cavity. There are 3 nasal sounds that occur in English: n, ng. B. Fricatives. Fricative sounds are produced by narrowing the distance between the active and passive articulators, causing them to be in close approximation. This is causes the airflow to become turbulent when it passes between the two articulators involved in producing a fricative sound. English fricatives are sounds such as like this. C. Approximants. Approximant sounds are created by narrowing the distance between the two articulators. Although unlike fricative, the distance isn't wide enough to create turbulent airflow. English has approximant sounds which are V, W, G, R, L. Vowels. Point 1. When it comes to vowels, we use a different specification to describe them. We look at the vertical position of the tongue, the horizontal position of the tongue, and lip position. Point of 2. Vowels are made with a free passage of airflow down in the midline on the vocal tract. They are usually voiced and produced without friction. 1. Vertical tongue position, close, open. Vertical tongue position refers to how close the tongue is to the roof of the mouth in the production of a vowel. If the tongue is closed, it is given the label close. However, if the tongue is low in the mouth when a vowel is produced, it is given to label open. Thus close mid or open mid. Some example of the open vowels like this. Some example of closed vowels like this. 2. Horizontal tongue position, front, mid, back. Horizontal tongue refers to where the tongue is positioned in the vocal tract in terms of at the front or the back when a vowel is produced. If the tongue is at the front of the mouth, is given the label front. If the tongue is in the middle of the mouth, is given the label mid, and if the tongue is the back of the mouth, is given the label back. Point 1. Some example of front vowels. I, E, I. Number 2. Some example of mid vowels. Some example of back vowels like this. 3. Lip position. As is inferred, lip position concerns the position of the lips when a vowel is produced. The lips can either be round, split, or neutral. Example of round vowels. Example of split vowels like this. Continue. There are also different categories of vowels. For example, monophthongs and diphthongs. Monophthongs are vowels that are produced by a relatively stable tongue position. Monophthongs can be divided into two categories according to their duration. These are long and short vowels, and their duration is mirrored in their names. Point 1. Example of short vowels like this. Example of long vowels like this. Diphthong are vowels where a tongue moves from one part of the mouth to another. They can be seen as starting off as one vowel and ending as a different vowel. Example, here are some examples like this. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy when you watching my video, and I'm sorry if I have a mistake. Wabillahi taufiq wa sa'adah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See ya.